Sup YouTube, welcome back to another video documenting my journey to legend. I've never hit legend before and I'm hoping to do so for the first time this season. If that's something you think you'd be interested in, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I hope everyone had a great Go Battle weekend. I know I did. In the first day I tanked my ELO about like 300 points. I was down in the 2200s. And today, as of recording this video, I managed to climb back up to about the 2600s. I was using this standard team, RegiSTEEL in the lead, and then Venu and Noctowl as the backmons. Either one of them really working as a safe swap, but for the most part, I was finding decently favorable / neutral matchups for Regi. It was one of my first times using this again after a long time. Typically, what I do in that Stunfisk matchup is I throw the Focus Blast because you get to it sooner than they do, and then you tank a move and then swap into really either Pokemon. I chose Venu because I started to notice that Venu was pretty good for the backline of Stunfisk leads, this one to the contrary. And here I'm thinking I can flip switch maybe since I had such a great energy lead. And I think that's what I'm going to do right here. So Stunfisk is pretty dry on energy. And this team was a team that I thought of on my own. Here I catch a move. I guess they weren't dry on energy, but now they can farm down. It was a team that I thought of on my own. And then I saw Pogo Grind make a video with Noctowl. I was using originally Gliscor, but I just couldn't make him work. He kind of sucked, but also like I sucked at using him. So there's kind of like, you know, that back and forth. Again, another G-Fisk lead. I typically play out the zero shields before swapping. They go straight for the Earthquake. This time I swap into Noctowl. I met with a Charmer and I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. I try to do appropriate timing so that I'm not getting screwed over with these really hard-hitting charms coming through from Granbull. I believe they're going to shield here. They do. And I won't make it to another move. And Venu 2 shields up is looking pretty great. I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tank a move. And I believe I try to make a catch. Maybe. I do, but they're also quick to the swap. Lucky for me, I just barely managed to reach this Focus Blast, which is amazing. And now I can overfarm a heck of a lot before throwing a Frenzy Plant at this Wiggly. And yeah, Stunfisk double charm. Not a lot of this particular comp that I saw during Go Battle weekend. But initially, the first day, I was trying a bunch of crap. I tried Shadow T-Tar. I tried Shadow Mewtwo. And because of that, I tanked to like the 2100s, 2200s. And it took me a minute to get back up. But this was the team I was planning on using all of today. And I really did for the most part. I think toward the end, I switched up Noctowl to the lead because I was finding more favorable matchups with Noctowl. But overall, Regi was doing pretty solid. A lot of people like to tank a move from RegiSTEEL before swapping into something. This is not a bad strategy. Some people did win games against me when doing that. I think there was a Altaria Deoxys core. Maybe Azu in the back that ended up beating me because I wasn't too sure how to play it. But Noctowl does pretty well in this matchup. I do CMP tie, so I try to undercharge this just to get some farm on this. They're not going to reach another move anyway. They come back in with the Lantern. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, and I believe this is a CMP tie. Oh no, they cut on their Noctowl. What a brilliant freaking play. Let's see what I do here. Okay, so I am going to shield up. I'm going to go for the Zap Cannon and hope for the debuff. I don't really need shields for Venu against that Lantern. That's a pretty good match. I am going to let this go. I do go for another Shadow Ball. And I'm going to launch this next Zap Cannon, and I believe this might get the second shield. And now we're looking... Do we win this? I forget. I think I... Oh, that's right. Yes, we should have lost this game, but my opponent panic swapped back in and gave me a massive lead here. This won't take me out. I probably could have caught that, but I wanted to try to save a catch. I believe they're like a couple away from the back-to-back. They do try to, I don't know, fake me out or whatnot, but I end up shielding this move, and this isn't a CMP, so they were at least one away from the next Sky Attack. But yeah, we managed to clutch that game. That should have been a loss, but I think my opponent misplayed it. This is the reason Regi is such a dominant lead. I know I'm ABA weak to fire, there weren't too many fires until I reached the 2600s. Once I was in the 2600s, there was a lot of fire that, like specifically Charizard, that started to break my core. That sounded kind of raunchy. I think I'm going to tank this next move and try to farm down, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, and I throw just like one before their next move to see what they want to do. And looks like they at least want to go one shield down, so I don't mind. I'll be able to get a move off on this Abomasnow. We throw it right away. This should get a shield from them. And I can just get farmed down. I don't want Venu on this thing. They have a Medi in the back. They come in with it. I believe they top left at some point here. But this was a pretty common team. Medi, Sableye, and Obama. And I think this is when they back out. Yeah, they throw the Ice Punch and they notice that I'm just going to straight farm this thing down. Yeah, and then they back out. So that was a pretty good game. This is an unfavorable lead. Let's see if we come back from this. I typically swap in Venu because everyone's expecting the Noctowl. They're a little late to the swap, so now I'm some energy ahead. I still don't think I can win this, but maybe I invest a shield? Yeah. I like Regi, obviously everyone knows Regi doesn't have a lot of fast move pressure, and it really suffers in some matchups because of that. When I tried to use it as a safe swap, I don't think my opponent miscounted and went for the extra, and they ended up giving me switch. So at least we won swap. And now I'm going to bring in Noctowl. I can tank 2 Ice Punches or 1 Psychic and an Ice Punch, I guess. They do go for this. They try to catch, and pretty quick to swap. I was going to throw the Shadow Ball, but I figured that was much more worth it on the Medi, and you're going to see that it will be. But yeah, Regi as a safe swap, I usually ended up losing swap, and because I lost swap, it ended up costing me somehow. Like Venu just wasn't strong enough to close, and Basti also puts in a lot of work against, sorry, not Basti. Regi puts a lot of work against Basti leads. This came down to really, really close. I go for the extra. I try not to CMP. I know I can live in Ice Punch. My lose con is that they pup, and I'm 1 away. I'm 1 away from the move. If I can survive this counter, we should have it, and we managed to clutch that game. That was such a dope game. So this was a 5-0. Normally I'm showcasing losses, but this was a pretty good set. This is also just a really great league team. So if you guys are between the 2200s and the 2600s, definitely try using this team. I think past this point, it's going to get a little more difficult, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for that push to expert, because I'm kind of stuck right here. But I'm so glad that I came back up. It was an awful first day for me. I played all the battles and I tanked a lot of elo, and then I found my groove with this team. Thank you to Pogo Grind for showcasing this as like one of the really good Noctowl leads, but I think I'm gonna try something else going forward because it's a bit of a struggle up here. So yeah, I hope you guys get some use out of this video. I hope that you can use this team to climb somewhat, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.